fast and furious. Let me get my recording started.
Recording in progress.
All right, good evening. Dr. Stacey here. Happy Tuesday. Good to see all of your smiling faces for those of you that are on camera. And for those of you that are not, welcome to our Tuesday night patching podcast slash, I don't know what you want to call it, Dr. Zoom informational technology forum. So thank you all for being here. If you're a guest, please thank the person that invited you for this technology informational session for you to be able to learn more about how this technology can help you. So I'm going to do something a little different tonight. I am going to do a PowerPoint. I'm going to share that with you, but a little bit different than what we've done in the past. We have some exciting things happening right now. We just wrapped up our 6-week brain health series, and we're diving into the rest of February talking about heart health. And we're going to do some incredible things tonight and then next week as well, too, to be able to share some more information with you about our technology and in terms of how it can benefit you. But for informational purposes only, of course, I am not a medical doctor. I'm not your doctor. I have a PhD in integrative medicine and a PhD in functional medicine. And so if you have questions in regards to your health, please check with your healthcare practitioner, the person in charge of your medications or your treatment, and they'll best guide you, of course. But know that the information I'm sharing is not intended to make any claims to treat, cure, or diagnose or prevent anything. And if you're pregnant, nursing, or a child, then please check with your healthcare practitioner as well. So I'm going to get started screen sharing right away because I have a lot of information I want to share with you. And like I said, I want to do that in a PowerPoint, and I think I'll be okay to have my screen over here on the side. So I want to talk to you, if you have not yet seen this, about LifeWave's Biotech Breakthrough Award and literally the entire industry with Stem Cell Innovation of the Year Award. And this was awarded to us late 2025, and we haven't had a chance to talk about this yet, but this is going to pertain to what I was sharing with you earlier. And so we're going to talk about this Stem Cell Innovation of the Year Award and what took place, what transpired in order for LifeWave to win this prestigious award. And so, like I said, this was the end of 2025, and this was given to LifeWave, the company, for the two products of Celergize and X39. And so Celergize is our morning formula that David has formulated to have, and I'll go into this here in just a little bit, but to be able to have the precursors, the nutrients, the amino acids and electrolytes that are needed in order to support what X39 does, our X39 phototherapy patch. And so it supports those peptides that are being elevated and the processes that are happening in the body. And so being named the Stem Cell Innovation of the Year company was absolutely just an incredible honor for us to be able to achieve that, combining the X39 and this Celergize. So let's talk just a little bit about Celergize so you understand what it is and what it does. It is a powder. You're going to take 2 scoops, put it in water in the morning, and drink this. It's not something you sip on all day. You want to drink this in the morning. It does have an energizing blend of essential vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, amino acids, and other nutrients. We're going to talk about here in just a second, but know that it is not like a protein shake. It's not a meal replacement. And if you're someone that's a little bit more sensitive, it doesn't have caffeine in it, but if you're a little more sensitive, you might start with 1 scoop in the morning instead of 2. Now, I've been on amino acids and electrolytes for over 15 years, so I dove right in with my 2 scoops, and I absolutely love the lemon ginger flavor. But know that it's designed to help revitalize that body and, again, provide the foundation for what X39 does for your body throughout the day. And it does energize you so you are alert and awake, and it's from the amino acids and electrolytes. But it does also have the sea buckthorn fruit extract in it. And that cyantox is very important when you look at supporting healthy stem cell activity and mobility in the body. And so, again, the cyantox, you can see it in there, and some other things such as the copper, what we need for GHK-Cu, right? Our X39 elevates GHK-Cu, copper peptide. We've got to have copper in our body every day. Most people are copper deficient, magnesium deficient. So we see that these things are potassium deficient, as most people, zinc. So these nutrients have been added into this formula that's non-GMO, gluten-free, no artificial flavors or colors or sweeteners in there as well either. So when we look at our X39, we're talking about elevating the peptide GHK-Cu copper peptide, which in turn is going to reset the genes and activate our stem cells. So we are using a patented form of light therapy. This is what our patch looks like. It is a non-transdermal patch, and we put this patch on our body in the morning when we wake up. So we get up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we put our patch on. We get our Cellergize, right? And we start drinking that Cellergize in the morning to wake up our brain and our body. But what happens when I put the patch on? I don't see or feel anything happening. As I mentioned, it's a non-transdermal patch. So there is nothing entering my body, no medicine, no chemical, no nutrient. This patch is again, non-transdermal patch. So the only thing that is going to be entering the body is a wavelength of light. This is a phototherapy or light therapy technology. And so different than a pain patch or a nicotine patch, hormone patch, this is actually working with the body's own light that we emit. And that light is going to be reflected back into us in a specific wavelength from this patch. Inside of the patch is what David Schmidt has invented. He is the owner of LifeWave, the CEO, the founder, the inventor, the scientist that has invented this LifeWave's technology. And so this patented patch that he has developed actually has a lattice structure inside of the white part. So this white part here in the middle, that is sandwiched, a cloth that's sandwiched in between the two polymer shells, the sticky and the smooth one. And so the actual lattice that's inside of it is a proprietary blend of organic amino acids, oxygen, sugars, water, salts. Not amino acids like in here, and salts and sugars not like that are in your kitchen, but molecules. They're chiral stereoisomers. They're reflective. So there's a reflective lattice structure embedded in the white part of this patch. So I get up in the morning, I put my patch on, I don't see or feel anything happening, but immediately a wavelength of light is reflected into my body. So I'm sure you're familiar with light therapy, red light therapy devices, infrared saunas, lasers, the sun. We know that wavelengths of light enter the body. We don't feel them or see them, but they create change. And so with this, I don't need a device. I don't need the sun. My body is the power source. So right now it's dark outside. I can't go outside and see my neighbors or animals in the woods unless I'm looking through night vision goggles. And you all are familiar with thermal imaging. So our body is emitting a low level infrared light. And so when I put the patch on, my body's light, the photons that I'm emitting, hit that patch and reflect back a patented wavelength of light. Again, this is patented, so you can only get this from the person that introduced this technology to you through LifeWave. And so that wavelength of light is going to elevate the peptide that X39 does, and then in turn activate your own stem cells. So it's a light technology that's obviously non-invasive, nothing entering the body, no contraindications, no potential side effects or risks or adverse effects. We actually have over 90 clinical studies, double-blind, placebo-controlled, many of them peer-reviewed, and the person that invited you can share that information with you if you're interested in looking at LifeWave's clinical studies that have been done by doctors and scientists all over the globe. But you're going to hear just a little bit more about that here in just a second. So again, non-transdermal patch, no stimulants, no drugs. It gently stimulates the skin with light, and it helps to promote that active lifestyle and overall exercise and performance and health and well-being. And it's to be worn for 12 hours. So I put it on in the morning when I get up. I stay hydrated throughout my day. Of course, that glass that has 16 ounces with my Cellergize in it that supports that healthy stem cell activity and mobility is going to also be included in the water I have throughout the day. And then after the 12 hours, I'm going to take it off and I'm going to throw the patch away. And I'm going to get up the next morning and I'm going to do the exact same thing again. So David spent 10 years working at the world-renowned Stem Cell Institute in Ireland. 10 years and 4.3 million invested in his research and development, and over 70 patents were acquired by David, figuring out how to elevate GHK-Cu copper peptide with light, which in turn activates our own stem cells. So that time span, 10 years of his life, was spent to develop the X39, which has now been on the market since just about almost a little over 6 years now, almost 7 years now, that X39 has been on the market. We do have a 20-year patent on our patch, and I believe we're in about year 5 of that patent now. So knowing that, again, it's just going to stimulate the body with low levels of light, it's going to support different biochemical mechanisms inside of the body. That compound effect is going to help promote recovery and general wellness. And David's famous for quoting that he's driven by innovation and science. So doing things, never stopping to be able to help the body become the healthiest and the best version of itself. So the biotech program itself, its platform for recognition is very comprehensive. So over 1,000 nominations were put in, and from 15 different countries. So this is no small feat to win this award, and being able to globally be recognized in a company for stem cell innovation and technology is just absolutely incredible and such an honor. So when you combine the technology with the nutrition, phototherapy, you've got this cutting edge combination here where stem cells that are crucial for maintaining healthy tissue in the body with phototherapy, with light to be able to improve body health, again, in a non-invasive way, combining the X39 and the Cellergize to be able to harness that body's natural ability and improve the ability during your lifespan, not just that time, but that health span in there. And being, again, recognized as a Stem Cell Innovation of the Year award is just amazing. So just a little bit about LifeWave. If you're not familiar, as a guest, we are in over 90 countries right now and growing. We have global distribution. We have about 15 distribution centers worldwide and just about that many corporate offices throughout the entire world. We do have our corporate headquarters in Draper, Utah, which is a beautiful facility. If you have not seen that yet, it is absolutely gorgeous. But we do have distribution centers all over the different regions, including, of course, here in the U.S. in San Diego, California. The company is 21, almost 22 years old now later this year. And we are a global wellness and life technology company. And as I mentioned earlier, owned and founded by David Schmidt, who is the inventor of our technology, who actually himself holds over 200 patents. And again, known for our patented non-transdermal patches that are being able to help people improve their quality of life by yet still expanding in our wellness innovations, and that X2O coming very soon next month. So again, while I'm not making any claims to treat or cure anything, know that this technology is making a massive difference in people's lives. So I do want to talk to you a little bit now in the next several minutes that we have together about something that is really important, especially this week when we look at the promotion that we have going on right now that I'll share with you in just a minute. I want to talk to you about David's patches, the X39 and 49 combo, and share a little bit of information with you and some of our studies. And so looking at the performance bundle, that's what we call it, this combination, as I mentioned, we know that X39 is what's responsible for activating your stem cells and helping them to become reset to a younger, youthful, healthy state. And these stem cells are pluripotent. They do have the ability to change into any type of cell that's needed in the body. You literally were born from stem cells. A sperm came together, an egg, right? And they frolicked, and boom, there's the formation of the baby. And we know that in utero, cells turned into heart cells and kidney cells and different hair cells and eyes and liver and skin and connective tissue. Well, when you were born, those cells stayed what they needed to be, what they formed, but some cells stayed changeable or pluripotent. And so that was for the body's ability to continue to repair itself. And that happened effectively when you were a child. How many of you remember falling off your bike or falling out of a tree or, bumping it, scraping a knee or an elbow? The body healed very quickly because those different stem cells were able to go and help that area. But then as we age, our stem cells decline. They become dormant. By the time we're in our 30s, we have only about half of those stem cells. And by the time we're in our 60s, there's literally less than 10% that are active. And so X39 is going to be responsible, again, working in conjunction with that Celergize to be able to actually reset those stem cells, get them acting younger and youthful and healthy again, so then they go to work to find the areas that need repair and regeneration in the body. Now, when we look at our X49, the X49 is a patch that David invented about 3.5 years ago now. And this is the daughter peptide to the X39. So it's elevating a daughter peptide. So we've got GHK here with 39. We've got AHK with 49. So looks very similar, one letter off. Instead of glycine, we're talking about alanine. And so mother-daughter peptides, happy, love each other, love working together. And I'll share some results with them separately versus with them together here in just a minute. But know that X49 is going to be all about the performance, the recovery, the endurance, the stamina, the muscle, the body, physical. You're going to see some before and after pictures. And we know there's a lot of cardiovascular and neurological benefits as well too. You can see here in this diagram, and this is from a doctor that I had interviewed years ago, that he always recommended for his patients, one of the spots for the X39 being below the belly button. The other spot that he recommended, in the book it says back of neck or below the belly button for both X39 and 49, but he also recommended for 49 the stomach 36 point. So that point on the outside of the right knee, if you go to your kneecap and you go just down to the bottom of it and go over to the right, there's a well there, like a little indentation, and that is your stomach 36 point. And so he said, especially for women, this is an excellent point to use the X49. So just to give you guys another option there. So when I look at the studies from using X49 by itself, for example, in sit-ups, push-ups, squats, and curls, and grip strength. Grip strength is a key indicator of longevity. Very, very, very important when you look at the lifespan of someone. And so you can see there's great improvements in 2 months in the participants from the study. And you can also see improvements with their calories burned, when they're biking, their top speed, their distance. And then you can see those 39 and 49 combined over there on the right. Big difference when we look at the 49 by itself versus when we combine it with the 39. So we see that it helps to build bodies differently, that adding the X49 in conjunction with the X39 is going to help reduce the body fat by about 11% in 60 days. And so X49, as we can see, helps to increase the body's leanness in the body and the strength in the body. Using the 39 and 49 combo is going to create more change. And you can see that from the benefits. So here's our before and after. If you can see the image of the person, I know it's like a silhouette. It's not an actual person, but we're looking at the metrics of the body fat, the fat mass, the free fat mass, and the health risk. So using the X39-49 combo for 60 days, obviously there was a significant reduction in that body fat. But if you look at the health risk, going from 53% higher than ideal to only 20% in a 60-day period is a significant change in someone. So this is definitely a huge benefit for longevity and for our overall wellness by being able to reduce the amount of body fat and increase that, of course, lean muscle mass in our body. Just a couple of fun graphics here with the 3949 performance bundle, using them together, whether you're into fitness and into the gym, or if you're just into, overall wellness. We know that these patches are used by professional athletes all over the world. We've interviewed many of them, as many as we can get our hands on, to have them share their personal experience. So if you're interested in hearing from a professional athlete, please ask the person that invited you. They're going to be able to get you those recorded testimonials. So what I want to share with you that's super exciting right now is the synergy of using 3949 together. And of course, as I mentioned with our Celergize, to be able to support that healthy stem cell activation and mobility. Looking at X39, if you can see on the right, we're elevating that GHK, as I mentioned, to activate those stem cells that are responsible for helping reset your body to that younger, youthful state, by increasing the energy, improving sleep, immune system function, helping with the relief of those minor aches and pains, and improving the cognition and skin quality by reducing the appearance of lines and wrinkles and supporting our natural wound healing process. We see that X39 elevates those stem cells with the entire body, meaning throughout the whole body, synergistically, systemically throughout the whole body. And it can definitely be used more generally if someone is, saying they want to only pick one patch, then you would definitely use just the X39 as your starting point. Now, when we look at that comparison on the X49, adding that in, the synergistic, as you saw from the studies there, looking at what this patch does, elevating AHK-Cu for cognitive function, the brain function, the strength, the stamina, the muscle mass, the lean muscle mass that's increasing, cardiovascular support, support with the cognition and faster muscle growth and recovery. And obviously you saw the fat loss change in the before and after pictures as part of that healthy diet and lifestyle, and supporting bone health as well. We know that the peptide of AHK is primarily found in the muscle, the heart, and in the brain and skin. And so it's not systemic effects like the X39. They do work differently. But again, because they are a mother-daughter combo, they do work synergistically very well together. And with X49 being a little bit more focused on, that not just the increase in stamina and strength, but also that muscle mass and decrease in body fat, as you saw from the 11% reduction. So that synergy is powerful. And right now, LifeWave has done something that they've never done before. And that is having a promo right now for anyone that is a current brand partner or a preferred customer, to be able to take advantage of buying two X39s and receiving an X49 free. They've never done this where they've given away a free X39. So you go into your back office, you log in, whether you're a brand partner or preferred customer, and you click on the promotions tab. And that promotions tab will have the buy two, get the one for free. Now, this is only happening the week of February 16th through February 22nd. So that will end on Sunday, the 22nd, and that will happen at midnight Central. So that promotion will end. You do have a limit. You can only purchase 5 of these promotions, meaning that the discounted price of the $199 is going to get you the 3 sleeves. You can only have 5 of them. Now, you don't have to purchase 5, but you can only have 5. So that would give you 10 months of the X39 and 5 months of the X49. So for those of you that are using other patches, of course, you would adjust your monthly subscription order to whatever else you're using, your Eon, your glutathione, carnosine, energy enhancer, Alavita, Silent Nights, SP6, Ice Wave, whatever it may be. You would adjust your monthly subscription to that if you took advantage of the ability to purchase 5 months of these. But let's say you just did 1 month, right? You're still getting your wholesale price on your 2 X39s, but you're getting the 49 for free. So if you do the math on that, that is retail price $450 in retail cost. okay? And then divide that by 3, so it's only $150 a patch. But we know that we're getting this at only $200, and you're getting 3 of them. So that's only $67 per sleeve. So that's a month supply for $67 versus the wholesale price of $99 or even the retail price of $150. So that is a significant savings. And again, just go into your back office, you log into your LifeWave account, you click on promotions tab, and you will see this promotion right there for you to add to your cart and check out. You're not able to add this to your monthly subscription because it is only happening this week. It does end on Sunday. So if you need to change your monthly subscription date, you can do that from your back office as well too. So that way you keep your product coming, or like I said, just adjust it to the other patches that you need this month as well too. So with that being said, I wanted to get this little guy to exit here for me. There we go. All right. I wanted to take a little time tonight to not only share what we're super grateful for and proud of LifeWave for their Innovation of the Year Award, but also include that into how I'm sharing with X39 and 49 and activating these stem cells that are responsible for repair and regeneration in the different areas throughout our body, working in synergy to be able to not only support us nutritionally. We're so grateful that David came out with this formulation. It's been just not even quite yet, well, I guess it's been just a little over a year ago that we were able to do that. And so being able to take advantage of having the key nutrients that we know that the majority of the population are deficient in an incredible lemon ginger flavor every single morning is just, it's just a treat. I look forward to every morning with my Cellar eyes and drinking that to wake my body up naturally, again, without caffeine, without any stimulants, but also, again, to be able to support those pathways in my body that are needed to be able to support these peptides that are being elevated and the processes that are being triggered with our different patches. So if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to the person that invited you. They're going to be able to help give you more information. If you're someone like myself that loves the clinical studies, we have those for you available as well. If you want just some basic information, PDFs, you want this recording, they can share that recording with you as well, or other materials to be able to help give you more information to make an educated decision for yourself and for your family. And if you're like myself and you want to share with others, please join us back again here next Tuesday. We're going to dive deep in again on heart health and this technology and how it can benefit you and other people in your family as we wrap up our February Heart Health Month. So thank you guys for all the hearts, and thank you for being here. Have a fantastic evening.
Recording stopped.